14 properties, a commercial building, an RV park, and a net worth that's tripled in 2 years. Carrie and Guy Thomas didn't get lucky, but they did get aligned with God's plan for their life. My name is Nate Dukes, and I host our podcast, and I'm an advisor here at Kingdom 320. Welcome to our Wednesday interview series, where we make Wednesdays great again. In this episode, Carrie and Guy share how investing God's way changed their life. They talk about the moment that everything clicked for them and how stepping into community and education gave them the confidence and the courage to stop playing small and to pursue bigger, more impactful deals. Guy also shares what it was like to resign from his W-2 job to pursue real estate investing full time. But honestly, this conversation is more than just about properties. It's about obedience. It's about stewardship and what happens when you stop holding back and you start trusting God with your next step. So thank you again to all of our subscribers. You know the deal. This video isn't free. It comes at the cost of clicking that subscribe button one time. But thankfully, we work on the honor system here, and honestly, everyone's doing it. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But if you want to learn how to invest into real estate God's way, there's actually a link in the video description below, or you can head over to kingdom320.com. You'll find some free resources, tools, and training that will help you start taking steps of faith in your own journey. So I want you to get ready. This one is powerful. Let's dive in. Hey, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Carrie Thomas from St. Louis, Missouri.
And my name's Guy Thomas.
Carrie and Guy, excited to meet you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I was a massage therapist by trade who is trying to retire my hands, and I currently have my real estate license, and we have a couple real estate businesses going on now.
Yep. So I've been in the trades pretty much my whole life. Heating and cooling. I was a journeyman HVAC tech. And kind of moved up from there. Now I'm a construction inspector. Currently for the Department of Veteran Affairs, so I work for. So Not for long, but I'm there right now.
The resignation has been submitted.
Well, we definitely want to talk about that. We're going to get into that in just a moment. But since joining Kingdom 320, you guys have done some amazing deals. You've accomplished quite a bit, and we're so proud of you guys. And we're honored that you'd want to share more of your story. Can you just, from a high level, just touch on some of the things that you guys have done since joining Kingdom 320?
Yeah. So from a pretty high level, since I think it was the end of 2023, when we joined, September-ish, October, somewhere around there. Since then, we've acquired 14 doors.
Wow.
We acquired an RV park. We have joined with another student on their brand new RV park build that, we've invested with them and put a cabin on their RV park. Let's see what else. Carrie got a real estate license in Missouri, so that was a plus. We got another RV lot down in Fort Myers, Florida that we rent out to snowbirds.
Wow.
I don't know. We've done a few things. We had a commercial building when we joined, and we ended up selling that kind of to fund some of the doors we bought. And all this has been off market. So everything, well, not the one in Fort Myers. We did use a real estate agent for that just because it was in Florida. But
yeah,
all the stuff in Missouri we did, we ended up doing it ourselves off market. So
praise God. Well, you guys have done some really cool stuff, and we're going to get into the details of that here in just a minute. But take me back. Why did you guys decide to join Kingdom 320?
Well, we weren't really planning on joining Kingdom 320. But when we came across the program, we just really felt like we were led to join. We did not really get too anxious about it.
We've been wanting something for a while. We did real estate in the past. Our very first house when we got married 4 years ago was a duplex. And we lived on one side, rented out the other. And we had done a few through the years. We built 4 new houses. And like I say, I was in the trade, so it was fairly easy for us. but since then we've got out of it. But we did have a commercial building that she ran her business out of when we joined Kingdom 320. But since joining, she wanted to idle her business down, and we ended up selling that building. So
We sold it to the church
Yeah, it
that
was-
was next
yeah,
door to us.
it was a church
So
next
that
to
was
us. But
that was a
Wow.
good thing.
we always wanted to, since COVID, right? We just kind of went to a dark place, and you know, it was just a struggle, and we just wanted to get back in it. We wanted something, we wanted more investments. We wanted to be back into real estate.
We
So
wanted
that's
more freedom with our
more
time.
freedom, but we wanted to do it the right way. I felt like back in the past, like we made a lot of mistakes because
Mm.
we were, we were doing it our way. But and then when we met Jeff and Kingdom 320 and his program, it really just clicked. Yeah, I know there's a ton of real estate coaches out there. You can find them all over on the internet, but Jeff clicked with us just because the relationship with God and giving back to the kingdom, and Jeff's a pastor, so that really, that's that's our box. That's the people we like to do business with. So it just clicked with us.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you sharing that. Was there anything specific that stuck out to you about Jeff and Kingdom 320 that you're like, oh man, like these are my people?
Well, I mean, the faith, of course, but there's also the amount of education and just, I mean, you can study for days and days and days and not get through it all, right? Like
Yeah.
months, years. We're still not through it all.
Yeah. And we didn't feel pressured. Like when we did that, we talked to a coach, an onboarding coach, and
There was no pressure.
yeah, originally we were like, I don't really know. And they're like, that's cool. Pray about it, let us know tomorrow. So that was kind of the point, right? There wasn't really no high pressure like a lot of sales. It was, just let us know what you want to do. So
Yeah, well, and I certainly appreciate you sharing that. But you also said something really cool already. You said that we were doing real estate our own way. We had made some mistakes. We had never really considered it doing it God's way. What does that mean to you now that you've been a part of this for a while, like doing real estate God's way?
Well, I think that, I mean, we've been Christians for a long time, but I don't know that we really involved God in our business like we were supposed to.
right.
And that switched everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Putting God in control. Let God bring you the deals. And we looked at a lot of deals, and there's a reason we didn't get them, right? Because that wasn't the path we were supposed to take, which at the time you're like, dang it, I could have made a lot of money, or maybe I could have lost a lot of money. I don't know. But, God was protecting us on some of those for sure.
Yeah,
But,
one of the prayers that I have is, Lord, like open the right doors for me
right.
and close the wrong doors for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't always see that. I
Yeah.
don't always know how that works, but I do have to have a faith and a trust that says, Lord, like I know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, and so when we went to Dallas so we joined in October and we went to Dallas that February, right? That following February. And on the way down there, we were kind of struggling, so we drove. So we had 9 hours to talk about a lot of things.
Wow.
He probably gets sick of listening to me talk, to be honest. But driving down, I'm like, maybe we're not supposed to be looking for a $50,000 deal. Maybe, that really junky house that we're supposed to spend 3 months rehabbing, and, maybe it's supposed to be something bigger. And we walked in, and one of the first things Jeff was talking about on our first day was, you guys need to dream bigger, And
Yeah.
we kind of looked at each other. We're like, oh gosh.
Right.
Was he listening in on our conversation?
Yeah, and it's almost like you feel guilty, like if you pray for something big, right? Like, God, please bring me, whatever, $1 million apartment complex, or, I would, some people would feel guilty about that. But I mean, we learned, right? You need to pray for what you want and pray big, because God might have bigger plans for you than a small flip in town. So, and he
So
did.
what did that turn into for you guys? So you're starting to feel like, well, okay, we're just gonna get started. We're gonna find a small fix and flip, put 30K into it, see a little profit here, feeling like we're not getting a whole lot of traction that we want. You go to an event in Dallas with a ton of other members and students. If Jeff reads your mail from stage,
Right.
Right.
and
Yeah.
then and then where do you go from there?
So we came home from Dallas, which there were a lot of things that happened that weekend that were just completely mind blowing. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even,
It was-
I don't have time to tell you all of them.
Yeah.
But we came home on Monday, and on Tuesday, Guy sends me a message and he's like, check this out. So it was 3 duplexes not too far from our house. They were listed at $525,000. And we ended up purchasing those duplexes for $495
Off market.
off market.
Found them on Facebook.
So, long story short, those were bringing in about $2,800 when we purchased them. 2 of the units were vacant. We remodeled both of those vacant units. Currently today they're at $6,100 a month in income.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that statement that Jeff made to dream bigger, it worked.
Right.
God worked it out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds like it also challenged you guys as well too.
Did.
Like so much of this process of being involved in real estate, you can have the technical background and the strategies and the network, and that's all great. I think sometimes too, like if I'm not careful, I'll get in my own way, and all this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does that resonate with you guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot.
We have to step out of God's way and let him do what he wants to do
Oh yeah.
for us.
So you guys start to pick these up, but you don't stop there. What else have you done since Dallas?
Well, that was the first
That was the
deal.
first purchase. So we were busy a little bit because we did remodel the 2 empty units, which we actually did the BRRRR method that we learned. Remodeled them, refinanced them. We put a renter in there, and we cashed some of our down payment back out of it.
Right.
Put it back in the account. So.
And then after that, we ended up buying a cabin to put on.
Yeah, we partnered with another Kingdom 320 student that's developing an RV park in Southern Illinois that we met at Dallas. We sat at the same table in Dallas, and we're still, we talk all the time. They're developing an RV park and came to us looking for
Investors to buy the cabins.
To help put the cabins on there. So we invested with them.
So at 30% occupancy, that one will bring us in $1,000 a month at a minimum of 30%.
So basically we supplied the cabin, they supply all the management and all the bookings, and it's a passive investment for us.
Yeah, well, and what I'm hearing you guys say, and I love this so much, is that you come in, you feel like we're getting the right resources, the right education, this moment in Dallas, but then also too, and this is the thing that I personally love about Kingdom 320 more than anything, you guys get to experience the community.
Oh yeah.
You get to experience what's possible when a group of people moving in the same direction are working together.
Right.
And the friendships that we formed have been instant, and they're like our family.
Yeah.
There's 8 to 10 of us that are just in contact all the time, and we know about each other's families, and we do life together. So it's really good.
Yeah, we had it's actually 2 days ago, another couple we met on Kingdom 320. They stopped. They were coming through. They were out at Lake the Ozarks, Missouri, looking at their property, and they stopped by the house on their way back through. So they called us, said, "You home?" And we're like, "Come on over." Yeah.
So, and this is incredible because, and this is the one thing that if somebody's listening, I really want them to pick up on. My wife and I, we've done well in real estate, and I'm thankful for the journey that we've gone on. But it's not because we're like these brilliant investors that are able to calculate ARVs better than anybody else. I think the thing that we've done a really great job of is being intentional with the relationships that got us placed in our path. And those relationships have created opportunities and opened up doors for us that I didn't even know were possible or could be there.
Mhm.
And you guys are living proof
Absolutely.
of that. I mean, you guys got to literally walk through that. But I am curious, like, why real estate? Like, you guys seem smart. Carrie, you've started your own business with massage therapy. You've been in the trades, guy. Like, I don't know, you guys could really do anything, but you're feeling drawn to real estate. Why?
Um, Probably because of our past. That I mean, that's kind of something we know, and that I've heard a lot of people say when if a relationship can make it through building a house, it's pretty solid. Well, we've done about 4 or 5 new houses, so I mean, we never had
So
a
you guys are
problem.
good.
Yeah, we're good. So I mean, it's just something. But really, during COVID, I started studying money, finances. Why rich people are keep getting richer and why. Basically just how money works. And
Well, and I think a lot of it too is that COVID changed the minds that flipped the switch for a lot of people, right? Like you started reassessing your life. And the grind of the daily job and
Mhm.
lack of freedom and lack of time with our family, that's where we needed to make a change.
Yeah, basically,
So,
we needed to change. And from everything that we looked at, real estate is the fastest vehicle to get there. I mean, we're invested in other vehicles besides real estate. But real estate is the biggest one, the best one, the one with most returns, right?
but
There's so many avenues you can do with real estate.
we also didn't make some of the investments that we made without Kingdom 320 that aren't real estate related. I mean, there's other syndications and different
Yeah.
investment vehicles that we've gotten involved with just from being part of the community.
Right.
Wow.
The whole financial literacy that we learned through Kingdom 320. Like I didn't know what a self-directed IRA was before the Kingdom 320.
And
So
neither did our financial advisor.
yeah, he's not our financial advisor anymore, by the
No.
God bless him. Yeah.
way. So, but yeah, I had all this money in 401k, and I'm like,
Yep.
it's so that's something else we did is I rolled that into a self-directed and I invested it passively.
And Carrie, you've brought this up a couple times now, and I really want to hit on this. You've talked about freedom and spending time with your family. And one thing that I've constantly been banging this drum on is, especially when it comes to real estate and Kingdom 320, like, yes, money is involved and this is about creating wealth, but it's so much more than that. This is less
Absolutely.
about wealth and it's actually more about freedom and
Yes.
impact. And being able to make an impact in our communities and in our churches and with other people. So for you, it sounds like you guys were already like thinking in that vein of like freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, and then just not really sure how do we make this a reality. Why is that so important to you though?
Well, for starters, I have to do about 100 massages to make what I make on an average home sale as a realtor. So that's just a no-brainer,
It's a lot.
Yeah.
you know. Um, but I think I forgot your question.
Yeah, freedom. Yeah, the freedom. I mean, it's just we were just tired of the grind every day, right? And we just missing events or we're just going straight from work to events, with our kids, and
Sports.
it's just nonstop. And we're like, man, we just needed a little more freedom to do other things with our family. And so,
And not
Well,
feel
this is
so
a
rushed and
perfect.
overwhelmed.
Well, yeah, I mean, you bring up a great point there. I think that the enemy will use this thing called bills to keep us
yeah,
distracted
right.
and to keep our time consumed away from the things that actually
Hmm.
matter most. And I think this is probably a great time to bring up what you kind of teased in the beginning here is that you put a resignation in.
I did finally. Yeah. So with the rental income that we have coming in now, the RV park, um, and it really, I mean, we did some extra, I would say, events with Kingdom 320, not just the normal ones. We did a mindset event with Jeff and Pastor Colin. But it was during that I finally just clicked. Like, so you kind of get addicted, I guess, to your job, into the money, and you're like, man, well, if I don't have that money coming in every week, what are we going to do, right? I don't know if I can do this on my own. We got a lot of bills, but God finally told me, like, why aren't you, trusting me? So
Big step. Well, Guy,
yeah,
we celebrate and honor that, man. And that's the whole
right.
reason why a lot of people are a part of Kingdom 320 is to get to
Hmm.
that point to,
Yeah.
what they say,
So
firing your boss.
Yeah.
yeah, right. But yeah, so I just finally prayed, and you know, God took the fear out of me. So a couple weeks
What he
later,
doesn't know is I was praying too. A
couple
lot
weeks
more than
later.
he was, I
So,
think.
but I'm still there. I got one more month. My resignation is in, but I got one more month, and yeah, I'll be on my own.
Well, it's incredibly exciting, guys.
It
And as
is.
we're, this is the beginning of 2026. So as you guys are starting to plan for the next year, the next several years, like you're resigning from your W-2 job, like what's the vision for the future? Where do you feel like this whole thing goes for you?
So, well, we definitely are looking for. So we're kind of in the buy and hold box. I'm glad God didn't bring us a flip when we were begging for one, because we didn't have time for one.
We didn't have time for one.
That's why we didn't get one. But we do have several rentals. We want to get in the bigger multifamily building space. So 20 plus units, and
So I'll say this too. We weren't really looking for buy and holds. We were not looking, the RV park stuff was not even on our radar at all.
mm,
Which when we came home from Dallas this year, or this past year
June, yeah,
in June, we came home and bought a $500,000 RV park. That was not on our radar.
yeah.
But what a blessing.
But it made sense, right?
What a blessing.
That was an off market deal too. I found it was actually a wholesaler out of San Diego, but the RV park, we know where it's at. We used to camp right next to it. We used to we would go there. It's right next to a state park, and we would camp there, and we would take our kids there years ago when we had a camper. So I knew exactly where it was from the pictures, and I'm like, this place is great. Why are they selling it? So
There's still no reason to know why they're selling it.
So we did our research and we bought it.
What a cool full circle story. You
Yeah.
guys knew where it was. You've been to it,
Mhm.
and now you own it.
Right.
Which is amazing. I
Right.
do have another question that I think will be really helpful. You guys have walked through this beautiful process, and it has obviously made an impact in your life and really changed the trajectory of not just your future, but your family's future. And I know that there's somebody's watching this right now, and they're struggling with whether it's insecurity or fear or lack of clarity. They know that they're hearing from God to do something more, but they're not sure what to do with that. Being on the other side of this now and walking through the mountaintop moments, the highs and the valleys, the lows, what would you say to that person who's maybe at the beginning of their journey and hasn't taken that first step yet?
Fear is natural, right? I think a lot of that is the enemy trying to keep you from succeeding. But if you put your faith in God, I don't feel like you're going to fail. He will make a way.
Yeah.
Some way. He will make that way for you, even if you can't see it.
But education too. I mean, I think one of the best things you can do for yourself is to educate yourself. Like, if you want to do something, I mean, we just didn't do it without education, right? That's scary in itself. So, I mean, people that do have fear, I think a lot of it is because they don't think they can do it, or they don't know how to do it. But I mean, the education part is pretty simple.
Well, fear also comes from being uneducated.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you combine the education with the faith, you pray about it, you make a educated decision along with God's guidance, and who can stop you?
Yeah.
And guys, because of that, I mean, aren't just words that you're saying. I mean, you guys have literally walked this out. You're not just talking the
Literally.
talk, you're also walking the walk. And it really feels like you guys are on a bit of a rocket ship right now. That is like
It kind of feels that way.
Oh, yeah.
um, that's really taking off. And what I love about this community is that it's very mission oriented. So there's a lot of folks that
Hmm.
have nonprofits that they're supporting, different ministries that they're a part of, big vision of why we're doing real estate. But you guys are in a unique position. And I just want to hear people's hearts because I think that you guys are a really important part of the body of Christ. And I actually believe that we need more people like you. But can you share more of like where you fit into all of this?
Well, we've struggled with that because we weren't really sure what our why was, right? But we have been able to up our tithe to our church, and our church supports a lot of churches that are struggling. Um, and so our church kind of supports what, 7 or 8 campuses now
Yeah.
of other smaller churches around the area. And I mean, maybe that's just where we're supposed to be right now, is just helping support those.
And a lot of overseas ministries, our church funds a lot of that. And our church is, it's a debt-free church as well. So they have, they focus a lot of their time and money on missions. But we also want to, eventually when my job's over and she slows down a little and we have more time, we want to, we just want to give back and maybe teach people the financial literacy part that nobody's ever taught them. And, like a self-directed IRA, why hasn't anybody ever told me about that? I mean, I go to this financial advisor and he just tells me what he wants me to hear. But
He tells you what's going to make him more money.
there's so many things that I'm like, aha moments that I've learned, like, this is easy. Why didn't anybody ever, but it's just because nobody knows.
But there again, it comes back to the education.
Yeah.
Well, a really good sign that God is doing something in your heart and in your life is when you want other people to experience that as well. And that's actually what I really appreciate about you guys is that this isn't something that you're just hoarding for yourself and saying this is for us alone, but you're like, oh man, why do more people not know about this?
Right.
We actually want to be of service and help other Christians experience exceedingly abundantly more than we can ask, think, or imagine. And I would call you guys kingdom financiers, like destiny helpers. Like you're called to come alongside and support the vision that God has given to somebody else. And I just think that that is so overlooked right now. There's no shortage of vision. There's no shortage of opportunity and missionaries and missions. I will tell you, there is a shortage of resources. And you guys are playing an important part of supporting and funding the kingdom of God. And so we just want to honor you guys. We want to say thank you for the journey that you're going on. This is just the beginning for you. I know you've been doing it for a while, but this is just the beginning. I'm so excited to hear what the next year looks like, especially guys, you make this transition. And man, that's so amazing. I know so many people are going to be celebrating that and inspired by the step of faith that you guys are taking.
Yep, 26 is going to be epic.
It'd be great. Yeah, I feel like we're on a roll right now, and some of our 26 goals are to find a larger multifamily under one roof, 20+ unit building, or
maybe another RV park.
Yeah, maybe. RV parks are booming right now, and they're good investments. So, one thing that really I that makes this RV park work that we bought is like the taxes are almost none, and so is the insurance. I mean, those are the things you got to look at. There's literally
not many expenses.
Right, and that's the biggest expense in all of our buildings is taxes and insurance. So, yeah, we'll see what comes, and hopefully we can just keep adding more properties and creating that wealth. And
so right in December, we bought 8 more doors that were 100% financed.
Yep.
Owner financed.
Owner financed them, no money down. So that was a good deal. So we look for value add too. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can go buy that has renters in it, and they're already at the top of the market. But I mean, we find that the value add is better for us, everything we bought has value add, since I can do a lot of the work and I kind of know, what needs to be done. And then we can force that appreciation up and borrow against it later
Yep.
to reinvest. So that's kind of our box. So yeah, we'll see.
And what I love about you guys, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you guys are so humble. And you guys just have a sweet spirit about you. And so I know you won't celebrate yourself, so let me celebrate you. um, let me honor you, because what you guys are doing is significant and it is important and it is special. And you guys are creating an exceptional life. And what that requires is you to do things that are exceptional. And I think that's the one thing that people will kind of skip over or miss out on, is like, you guys went a little bit against the grain. You didn't do the things that your financial advisor, well, maybe you did for a season, but then got educated and
Right.
realized we've got to make some changes. We have to do
Mm-hmm.
something differently if we want different results. You guys
Right.
are a product of that, of not just using your own strength, but leaning into the voice of God, listening to him, because when you hear from God, you have an option. You can be obedient or
Right.
disobedient. And you guys chose obedience. And I believe that God is blessing your business because of that. So we just are praying for a double portion of favor for you guys in the season as you continue to grow. And we're excited to see what comes next for you. Is there anything else? Is there any last message that you'd like to share before we wrap up?
I just really think that if someone is on, wanting to join Kingdom 320, I think that, it was a game changer for us. And I would just say, go for it.
Yeah. Because
Just go for it.
yeah, it's one of the best education. And it's the best real estate. Not that I've gone through a lot of real estate education, but it's one of the best educations that I've personally done, and it's changed our life.
For sure.
Yeah. So our net worth has tripled since joining Kingdom 320. Yep.
Wow. Well, we're really honored and excited for you guys. And thank you for sharing those kind words.
Yep.
But the reality is we always point back to what God has done. This isn't Jeff. This
Mhm.
isn't Kingdom 320. The Lord showed up in your
Absolutely.
life, and then you
Yeah.
guys were obedient to it. So congratulations on everything, guys. Can't wait to see what the next few
Awesome.
years hold for you. And we'll have to do a part 2 of this sometime soon.
Yeah. That'd be
Sounds
great.
good.
All right,
Yep.
guys. God bless
Thank
you. We'll
you.
talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye.
See you.